Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com and enjoy the following presentation. Well, again, thank you very much for taking the time to do this interview, to talk about everything that's going on with Blaze of Perdition, and of course, the brand new album, which is just coming out in just a few short weeks now through Metal Blade Records.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I don't really know what to add here, you know. Yeah, we're waiting for the premiere. And then that's it, I think. I'm looking forward to have it in my hands and see what it will make of us, really.
Oh, well, I can definitely say from my stance, being able to listen to the album as much as I have, I love everything about this album from start to finish. I really love where the band has come over the last 10 years, and I think the Harrowing of Hearts is just a great representation of where the band is right now, very, very much musically, and a great album that we need in 2020.
Well, yeah, thanks. You know, we as you said, we kind of we walked a long road from the beginning, so we wanted this album to be I don't know, special, different than something else that we used to do in the past. So yeah, as now that you know the album, you know that there are some changes in the sound, in the song structures. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much proud of it, and I don't really know how to describe my own album. You know, it's always hard for me to explain this. But yeah, we are super proud of it, and I hope it just works for people as well.
Yeah, and
I don't know if that answers your question, really.
Oh, that's quite all right. I mean, I really enjoy being able to hear that as well, too. I mean, to me, it just really sounds like it's very natural for where the band is right now. I mean, obviously, with some changes that have happened, specifically in some songs, some more changes, but it feels very natural for the band, and it doesn't sound like you're just making music for the sake of making music. It sounds like it's where the band should be right now, being able to try new ideas.
Yes, of course. You know, I think that the whole band is a kind of a journey, you know, and with each album we change something to express ourselves better at the moment, you know, and so when someone, I don't know, listens to Conscious Darkness and then Harrowing of Hearts, I think it flows naturally, at least for me, you know. I saw some people were kind of surprised that, you know, the band became, I don't know, more catchy, more approachable maybe, but if you listen to the predecessor, I think it just kind of links to the new album. It just natural continuation for me. So yeah.
Yeah, and that's absolutely how I feel about it as well. I mean, listening to the previous album and then now listening to the Harrowing of Hearts, I mean, yeah, just like I've mentioned before, it just feels like a natural progression for the band, and just
you know, sorry for interrupting you. You know, I think that the last song of Conscious Darkness, the Detachment Brings Serenity, is kind of an introduction to the new album. I'd say that if we put this song on the new one, it wouldn't even stand out that much, you know. So yeah, it just flows from one to another naturally for us.
Oh, very much so. So, with that in mind, two songs have been released so far from the album for people to be able to check out. How was it decided on these two particular songs to be able to be released?
Well, the first one, Transmutation of Sins, was released as a single EP, as you know. So, and it was also our it was the one that we wanted to record a video, so it had to be a short song and quite direct and easy enough to put on the 7 EP. So it was partially our decision and partially just because it's the only song that really fits the 7 EP, because others are too long. So it's half that, and the second choice was entirely Metal Blade's choice. We didn't even we haven't even talked about it. They decided that with Madman's Face is cool. I don't know. It's not for me to judge what songs represent the album the best. It's for the people, to say. But if I'm to be honest, I'd pick another song just because I think that those two songs are pretty much very catchy, and it doesn't really reflect the overall album atmosphere, in my opinion, because as you know, other songs are, I think, more atmospheric, more lengthy and subtle, and those two are kind of rock star hits. to put it this way, they have choruses, catchy fragments and all that other stuff, and the others are more atmospheric, in my opinion. So if it was my choice, I think I would pick Królestwo Niebieskie for the second single, but that's just my opinion, so it doesn't matter anyway. Because one way or another, people have to listen to the whole of it. So that's just my taste.
Oh, sure. Yeah, and you make a great point about the two singles being very catchy and a little more approachable for newcomers to the band. And it's funny for me because my favorite tracks are the very lengthy ones towards the end, with What Crisis Kept Apart and The Great Seducer. It's like I really love the great epic feel that both of those have, and being able to be longer songs and be able to be played as long as they need to be.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to mix this atmospheric, lengthy feel of Conscious Darkness with this, I don't know if catchiness, or I don't know how else to call it. Anyway, this catchiness of the Hierophant, our second album. So there are, as you said, there are songs that are lengthy, atmospheric, and those catchy tunes to earworms that you instantly remember. So this is an album that kind of links to kind of ways of expressions for us, if I can say.
Oh, very much. And with that in mind, with Transmutation of Sins being released as an EP, I'm also happy to see that Moonchild made it onto the album too, because I really love that cover.
Thanks. Yeah, it's one of my favorite bands of all time. So it was a total pleasure to do it, and kind of an honor. I don't know. We actually wanted to do this cover. I don't know how long ago. I think it was between the Hierophant and Near Death Revelations, I think, but we didn't really feel ready for it. Doing black metal covers of such classics is risky. It's easy to ruin it. So we didn't do it back then, but a couple of years later now, after Metal Blade told us that they want to release a 7 EP before the album, we had to put something on the B-side. So we decided that we kind of bring back this old idea of covering Fields of the Nephilim, and we just did it.
Yeah, and I think it's great that you waited till the right time to be able to do it, and everything just lined up for that, and being able to have it on the EP, being able to hear it on the album as well. I think it's just a great way to be able to close out the album. I mean, familiar to people who picked up the EP and checked out the cover before, but especially for newcomers, I think it's a great way to close out the album.
Yeah, I think that this cover, it kind of naturally links to the our music. I'd say, when I listen to our album, and then the cover song comes as the last one, it doesn't really feel as a cover, if I can say it. You know what I mean? That this cover, the atmosphere of the song is very similar to what I think we managed to achieve in our songs. So to us, it was just a natural choice, and it just happened.
Oh, very much so. And speaking of covers, I want to switch things over to the album cover, because this is just an absolutely gorgeous album cover. I mean, I love the terror aspects that's going along with it, but it looks so beautiful to look at with the colors that's going on there, and just seeing that darkness and then the sun coming in through it. I mean, I think it looks so cool.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It was painted on canvas, and later with some digital additions by my friend, and I added some elements as well, as I'm a graphic designer. So we kind of worked together on it. But yeah, it's more or less it's mostly my friend's job. I just added this and that to the whole, and yeah, it's beautiful. I have it in a super huge quality on my computer, so it really looks stellar there. I'm even thinking about printing it and hanging it on the wall somewhere, because it's so pretty.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's such a great idea to do that. I mean, especially if you get some quality paper to be able to print that on and be able to hang that up. I mean, that'd be something very proud to be able to hang up.
I think I will even, I don't know, print more than one of these and maybe sell it on gigs if people want, or something like this, because it just worth showing as a in its whole glory, because CD cover doesn't really give it its full justice. Maybe LP will show it the way it should, because it's larger.
Oh, that is very true. And I think that would be a great idea to be able to sell that at live shows, because there's going to be people like myself that would love to be able to bring that home and just continue to look at it.
Well, yeah, I already talked to guys about it, so I think we might do it sooner or later.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and it's great to see everything that's going on right now. I mean, with an amazing new album, great reception that I've seen online for the single so far, and of course the album coming out the 14th of February through Metal Blade. I mean, what's it like to be on Metal Blade Records and be able to release this album?
Well, I don't really know. I mean, it's already, I think, a year since we signed the deal, so it's not a new thing for me. But yeah, it's an honor, because I didn't really expect to, open my eyes in the morning and see the mail from Metal Blade, inviting us to their roster, because that's not something that happens very often for a small band like we are. So yeah, it's really great, and whole cooperation, during the release process is very, friendly and stressless. So I think that's the great moment for us. I hope, at least, and I hope that the album will just help us, I don't know, gain more attention and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, it can always be a different kind of situation for every single band, and not really knowing the direction that it's going. But again, with that, I mean, online, I'm so happy to see that there has been such great reception that I've seen, great reviews that I've seen for the album so far, people enjoying the singles. I love the music video that was made. I just think that is such a great representation of the song, and it's great to see everything that's going on with the band right now.
Well, yeah, I'm very proud of the video myself, because it's not some kind of, I don't know, behemoth scale, big budget video. You know, we kind of do it in very minimalist way, but yeah, we had a very talented guy behind the camera, and a friend of ours, this girl that plays the shadow in the. So we kind of managed to do something really cool together, and it was fast and very, very easy cooperation. We did it in like one day, and for another day we just shoot I think the drums and another guitarist, but most stuff was recorded in just a couple of hours. So it was fast, and it just works, you know. When I watch it, the whole quality of the picture, the shots, you know, all the montage of it, you know. Well, it's just great, especially that we have never done anything like this before. You know, recording a video is something new. So yeah, I'm really satisfied with the result, and I think that if someday we might record another one if we will have some ideas.
Oh, I would love to see that happen too.
Well, yeah, we were actually talking about it already with my guitarist. He wanted to do another video for Królestwo. But I don't know if this is the song that we would choose then, but yeah, I'm really open for something like that, because I was, you know, I was at first I was kind of I don't know, afraid. You know, it's hard to record a black metal video and not make it too cringy, if you know what I mean. You know, dumb faces and painted faces don't really look too great if you don't do it the right way. So I was in a way afraid that it might turn out cheap. But I think that the camera guy really did his job so fucking well that it just works. It looks amazing for me.
Oh, I absolutely agree. So, with all of that said, I mean, obviously, with the album coming out again February 14th through Metal Blade, and some amazing singles that have been released so far, amazing artwork that has been a part of the album, what is going to be coming up next for the band?
Well, I hope guys are going to tour and play another bunch of shows. I don't know about it too well, because I don't play with the guys live, because I don't know if you are aware of our history, because we had an accident in 2013, so I am in a wheelchair permanently, so I can't really travel with the guys and tour with them. But yeah, guys, I think they are preparing themselves for another line of gigs. I don't know what exactly, but there is something in plans happening, and that's I think the shit that they are focused on. And later, who knows? You know, I don't know. It's really. Let's see how this album really works when it gets released. You know, because the better the reception, all that stuff, the better the gig offers. You know, it's for at the moment I don't really know what will happen.
Oh, that's quite all right. And, you know, it's just, you know, in the meantime, you know, it's just, there's, of course, a lot of preparation and waiting to see what the real reception is going to be when the album is released. And again, I'm so glad that the band was able to be in that position to be able to continue going on. You were able to continue being able to lay some amazing vocals on every album since then. And, you know, just being able to create an amazing album here for 2020. And I can't wait for everyone else to be able to check it out. And I just hope that people have the same kind of reaction that I do to it, because this album is indeed worthy of any praise that it gets.
Thanks. As about the gigs, as I said, I really want to continue the things we used to do before the extent. But since I'm unable to go with them, as I said, but I wanted to. I didn't want to hold them back. Because they want to play shows, and if I was to say, you guys, you are not going to play because I can play, it would be kind of, I don't know, arrogant and selfish. So yeah, I hope for the best, and I hope that the band really grows in the nearest future. So again, as I say, we will see after the album is released. It's always super hard to predict what will happen, because the whole so-called music market is so oversaturated. So many albums come every week, so it's not easy to stand out, between all those records and many great bands. And I hope we will somehow manage to work it out, and kind of stand out.
Oh, very much so, and that's
Sorry,
what I'm
sorry
as well.
for being so chaotic, because my English isn't perfect, so I might speak a little bit unclearly.
No, that's quite all right. I completely understood all of that, and I completely feel the same way. I mean, there are so many bands that are out there today, and there's so many ways to be able to check out all of those bands as well too. So it is a bit harder to be able to check out new music, but that's all the more reason that I was so happy to be able to discover Blaze of Perdition when I did be able to become a fan. And with this interview, I'm so gracious for the opportunity to be able to talk to you, be able to talk about your work on the album, seeing everything that's going into the band, and the fact that the band is able to continue with all this. And again, I'm just so very grateful that you've taken this time to be able to talk to me.
Well, I'm grateful for your words. I don't really know what else to say. Just thank you, man. As I said, I'm really proud of it, and I hope more people will think just as you think, and that it will just allow us to grow even more.
Oh,
and hopefully record another album in a couple of years from now, because I don't think we're gonna stop here.
Oh, I absolutely feel the same way, and I think with that, that's an amazing note to end on, and thank you again so very much for taking this time to be able to talk to me about everything that's going on with Blaze of Perdition, and of course the brand new album, The Harrowing of Hearts, which is coming out the 14th of February through Metal Blade. I love this album from start to finish. I love everything that's going on with the band right now, being able to explore more sounds, but still sound like Blaze of Perdition, and I'm so excited to see what everyone else thinks when they get the chance to be able to check it out.
Yeah, that was our aim, to remain Blaze of Perdition, but you can open some new doors. Oh. Yeah, and thanks for all the good words, and thanks for really nice and cool interview.
Well, I'm glad to do it. And before we're done, is there anything else you would like to say or mention that I hadn't brought up yet?
Well, I don't know. I think that I might say that if you like Blaze of Perdition so much, you should wait for a side project of mine that I've been working for the past, I don't know, year of 2 years, I think, called Manbryna. It will be more traditional black metal, I don't know, melodic black metal. I don't know what compare it to. Maybe some old school Swedish and Norwegian sound, really unoriginal and traditional sounding stuff. But yeah, keep an eye on that. We are going to release it on Malign Voices Polish underground label. So yeah, that's the thing that I think I will be recording it this month or next.
Oh, I'm absolutely excited to hear that, and I can't wait to see what comes of that as well. And I'm very excited to be able to check that out when everything comes to fruition with that, because that sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's a different, as you said, we with Blaze of Perdition we explore more unorthodox sounds, but Manbrine will be just black metal, and that's it. but the melodic pretty approachable in my opinion still.